Is Ethiopia planning to construct a railway line to Eritrean border to connect Ethiopian territories with Eritrean ports? Is such a project feasible? Should such a project be studied? Should it be planned by the Ethiopian government? Secondly, Debretsion TPLF chairman has leveled serious allegations against Getachew Reda group of Tigray politicians, which is based in Addis Ababa. And lastly, Somaliland president has held three high-level meetings in the last few days. Let's start with this story about Somaliland. You know that a few days ago, Abdirrahman Ero, Somaliland's president, visited Ethiopia. Talks were held, and we did not see any major announcement by the two sides about the decisions made by the two leaders, Abiy and Abdirrahman, in their meeting. Abdirrahman returned, and then we saw a letter written by Somaliland to the US and some other countries. Somaliland is requesting Donald Trump government to recognize Somaliland as a country. And last year, you know that Somaliland signed an MOU with Ethiopia to be recognized as a country in return for giving access to sea to landlocked Ethiopia. That MOU could not be implemented. It was being said that Abdurrahman Ero's recent visit was about reactivation of the MOU, but no confirmation of the reactivation MOU so far. After Abdurrahman Ero returned home, having completed the visit of Ethiopia, he held three high-level meetings in Hargeisa, reportedly. One meeting was attended by opposition politicians. Abdurrahman Ero met with opposition politicians of Somaliland. Second meeting was attended by Somaliland businessmen. Third meeting was attended by religious elders. The three meetings were held separately, and in these three meetings, Abdurrahman Ero briefed the participants of the meeting about recognition of Somaliland as a country. And according to Abdurrahman Ero, Somaliland's president, by the end of this year, Somaliland will be recognized as a country. Just 2 months are remaining, November and December. So the president of Somaliland says, obviously, in the meeting, Somaliland has not issued an official statement, but this is what happened in the meeting, because someone who attended the meeting, he contacted me. And he was a little surprised. He said, Sajid, how is it possible? But Aero is confident. Is US going to recognize Somalia as a country? Is Ethiopia going to give recognition? Let's see. I just share with you what Abdurrahman Aero is saying. Maybe he has some assurance from some quarters that in coming days, Somaliland will be recognized as a country. Secondly, viewers, Debretsion, TPLF chairman, held a meeting with residents of southern Tigray. In southern Tigray, he held a meeting 3 days ago, and there he leveled serious allegations against opposition politicians of Tigray who were based in Addis Ababa. Basically, he criticized Getachew Reda and his party. He said traitors are conspiring with genociders. So for TPLF and Tigray military, Getachew Reda is a traitor. And those who are part of Getachew Reda's party, all of them are traitors. Debretsion said that traitors are conspiring with genociders. Federal government is a genocider. Secondly, he said that these traitors are urging the federal government to invade Tigray. This is what they want. They are instigating a conflict against the people of Tigray. They are against the interests of the people of Tigray. Now, both parties are leveling similar allegations against each other about eruption of war. Getachew Reda group says that TPLF and Eritrea are conspiring to wage war against the Ethiopian federal government. TPLF says that Getachew Reda group and Ethiopian federal government are conspiring to invade Tigray. Eritrea says that Ethiopia wants to annex Eritrean territory by force. Ethiopian federal government says Eritrea is waging war on Ethiopia through its proxies. Everyone is talking about war, and each of these parties is accusing the other parties of fomenting a conflict, accusing the other parties of igniting a conflict, an armed conflict in the region. All of them are making preparations, by the way. Lastly, Ethiopian Railway Corporation has unveiled plans to construct a railway line from Ethiopian territories to the neighboring countries. The railway line, if constructed, will connect Ethiopian territories with ports in neighboring countries. Ethiopian Railway Corporation has unveiled this plan, 1.5 billion US dollar project, which, if completed, will link Ethiopian territories with three ports. Firstly, Tajora port of Djibouti will be connected with the Ethiopian territories. The Jora port is the one which was offered to Ethiopia by Djibouti last year. But Ethiopia did not show any interest. And then Djibouti offered full use of the Jora port to Ethiopia. But Ethiopia wanted deployment of its naval forces to the Jora port and to the corridor from Ethiopian border to the Jora. Djibouti did not agree to the deployment of Ethiopian Navy on its soil. Ethiopia did not show positive response. Then Djibouti reportedly signed an agreement with Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is now working on developing Tajora port. This railway project, if completed, will connect Ethiopian territories with Tajora port, secondly with two ports in Eritrea, Assab port and Massawa port. It's very interesting, by the way. You know that Ethiopia and Djibouti are connected by road and through railway line. This existing railway line will be connected with other ports. So from Moldia, a section of railway line will be built to Makale, to Tejora, to Assab, and to Massawa. Are Ethiopian officials dreaming? Are they dreaming while they're asleep? I mean, how can you build such projects while there is no trust between you and your neighboring countries? Eritrea says that Ethiopia wants to annex Eritrean territories. That Ethiopia wants to annex Eritrean ports. This is the level of mistrust between the two countries. There must be confidence building measures first to de-escalate the tension between Eritrea and Ethiopia. There should be gradual integration. after all these steps have been taken, the leaders trust each other and the people trust each other, only then can you consider building such projects. So such projects cannot be built in the air. Such projects need lots of confidence building between the parties first. Chinese and Turkish companies are interested in building this project, but so far no signs of it. If somehow Ethiopia and Eritrea solve their issues through dialogue, maybe one day it can happen. Basically, Ethiopia wants to use more than one vote. It doesn't want to be blackmailed by Djibouti only. It wants to use Massawa, Berbera, Assab, the Jora, Djibouti port, Kenyan ports too, so that its economy can advance rapidly and so that it can diversify its use of ports. Let's see what happens. Thank you for watching.